Welcome, friends. As you can see, my hair's up in a towel, but it's okay. I'm making this video so that way you can join me in maybe a quick session of yoga. The goal is maybe 15, 20 minutes if you have time to spare, and let's begin. You just need to find a place in your home or wherever you are where you can relax and do a little yoga with me. Go ahead and we'll begin lying on your backs on your mat to center and come into this moment. Laying with your feet out to the side, arms flopped out to the side, palms up, eyes closed. Making any little adjustments to make yourself more comfortable. Let's take a nice inhale through the nose, filling your lungs to the tippy tops, and then let it out the mouth. Getting rid of all the old air, making room for new air. Let's take another deep inhale through the nose, filling your lungs, sipping just a little bit more air, and then let it out. Let's come to find your natural breath and just observe your breath flowing in and out your body. Just find a moment to leave everything that's already happened aside and anything that needs to happen aside, while you just spend a few moments with me doing yoga. I want you to set an intention for this practice, because I know if you are wanting a quick yoga practice that you are making time, and I think that's fantastic, so I appreciate you joining me. So find an intention for this practice, whether it is I am dedicated, or I am strong, or perhaps you want to dedicate this practice to somebody. Just something that you can focus on throughout this practice. Keep following that breath and begin making some small movements with your body. Little movements, maybe a little twisting of the wrist or rolling of the wrists, stretching your arms above or stretch, pointing your feet, making little wiggles and movements to wake yourself back up. A little reminder, do what you can, listen to your body as it is today. Anything that causes pain or discomfort, too much discomfort, you can skip. You can always are welcome to take a break and do a child's pose. So let's slowly come up to seated. You can roll to the side. Slowly make your way to seated. Finding an easy seat. You can do crisscross applesauce. You can do half lotus or lotus. Just find your sit bones. You can make some wiggles and movements to try and get centered. And sit tall and grow tall through your head or your towel. And take some nice deep breaths. Let's take 2 more. Let's bring our arms and hands to our sides, palms up. And bring your arms up to the sky on an inhale. Bring your palms together. And exhale, push it down, palms down. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful job. Let's make our way to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips to the sky. Make some movements. Try and make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Make sure your hands are shoulder lengths apart, biceps by your ear. And let's slowly walk to the top of our mats, where you can join me in doing some sun salutations. So first I want you to stand in mountain pose and get grounded. So feet hip distance, feeling all parts of your feet on the mat. Activate your knees. Grow tall, arms and shoulders back and away. Palms face forward. And grow tall through the crown of your head. Now on our next inhale, let's raise our arms to the sky. Palms face together. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Folding. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms on your knees or your shins. Exhale, plant to plank. Keeping that long energy up your body from your feet to your shoulders. Come down to do chaturanga. And then push up to cobra. I can already hear the cracks. My body needs this. Let's take an inhale and exhale here. And let's sit back. Send our hips up to downward dog. And stay here just for a moment. It's kind of our resetting pose. Bring your gaze to the top of your mat and step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold over. Now let's hold elbow to elbow and do a sway back and forth. Just letting it go. You can put a slight bend in your knees. On your next inhale, let's rise to the sky. Hands at heart center. Beautiful job. Let's take 2 more at your own pace, or you can follow along. We'll all meet at hands at heart center. At the top of your mat. And finding your breath. Very nice job. So when you do that series of the sun salutations, it takes time, and you can always practice these as a way to warm up the body. So if you ever just need a moment where you're doing a little yoga, can always throw some sun salutations in to warm everything up. So we're going to do a tree pose. That's always fun, just so we can throw in some balance. So let's put our hands on our hips, and we're going to ground into our left foot. We're going to start with our right foot, bringing it up. So grow tall through your body, kind of like when we're in a mountain pose. And you're going to lift your right foot up, and you can bring your foot, if you're feeling a little wobbly, at your base of your leg with your toes on the ground, to your calf. Or if you're feeling extra stretchy and bendable and a little bit more balanced, you can put it inside of your thigh. And breathe. Always follow your breath. Bringing your knee out. Still trying to keep your shoulders balanced. And breathe. Remembering you can always add a little bit more by bringing your arms up. And if you ever come out, go right back into your tree. You can always do hands at heart center. Or a mudra. You can always make it pretty. But keep practicing. Every day will be different. Got another 10 seconds to play around. And you can always go back lower to any version. Very good. Slowly bring it down. Wiggle it out. And we're going to move to making the trunk of our right side, using our left side as our balancing leg. Well, this is our balancing leg. You know what I mean. Okay. To get into that mountain pose, hands on hips. Find that balance on your right leg while still being tall. Trees are tall. Bring in your left foot to either keeping it on the ground, calf, or the inside of your thigh. Remembering to stay tall and balanced. Don't try and shift all your weight in. Keep your left knee out. It's also like a hip opening pose. Shoulders back, hands can stay on your hips. Prayer, mudra, arms up. You can always come out, rebalance. So we're going to spend some time here, just maybe 20 more seconds to play around. So if you've started below, you feel grounded, you can always move up. You can always try and see where you're at. Find where you are today. Possibly notice any difference on sides. I feel like we all have a difference in sides. Last couple moments. Beautiful. Good job. Bring my foot down. Wiggle it out. Very nice. Now, let's try one more balancing pose. So with this pose, let's see, what are we going to balance today? How about, let's do our warrior threes. So with these ones, you're going to ground into your left foot. So we're going to use our right foot to help us balance. So you ground into your left foot, just like you're in a mountain pose, put your hands on your hips. And you're going to slowly lift your right foot back and hinge forward. Trying to keep your hips square to the mat. So find a drishti or a focal point, somewhere low to the ground, and just start hinging forward. Hinge. Even if you only get to here, still reap the benefits. Stay strong and find your breath. How low can you go? If you want a little bit more, you can bring your arms out. Play with this for another 10 seconds. And I hope you're not using me as a focal point because I keep moving. Slowly come down, bend into your leg, come down, and shake it out. Whatever movements, shake it out. It's gone, moment's done. Now we're going to balance on our left side. So get into that mountain pose. Grow tall, hands on hips. Try and use all that grounding into your left foot. Slowly bring your right foot up, hinge forward. Finding that focal point. You can keep your hands on your hips. Bring your arms out. You can even do hands to heart center. So we'll stay here for a few breaths to try and find more balance. Keep playing with it. You can always keep trying. Couple more moments. Bend into your legs. Come down and shake it out. Very good. Okay. Okay. So let's come to the top of our mats. And we're going to do one more cycle of our sun salutations. But once we get to down dog, let's stay at down dog and then I'll talk more. Inhale, arms up. Reach to the sky, palms together. Exhale, hands face forward, hinge down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant to plank. Exhale, take chaturanga. So it's lowering, keeping your elbows in. Flip your feet over and push up to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Good job. Let's bring our knees down. Knees wide apart, feet together for a nice child's pose. Bring your arms up ahead, forward, or your forehead on your mat. And take some nice inhales and exhales. Let's bring your hands under your shoulders and push up halfway. So what we're going to do is we're going to thread the needle. So you can stay with your knees wide or you can bring them together. So if you want a little of hip opening, you can bring your knees apart. If you want less of that, you can bring them together. Now, if you need a little extra support for your ankles, you can place a blanket under them or even under your knees. We're going to do threading the needle. So get yourself ready in the position you want with your knees. And we're going to start with our right hand out. And we're going to bring our left hand up. And we're going to thread the needle down. So bringing your palm face up, and you can reach your right arm to the top of your mat. Or you can even take a fancy bind by rotating your hand and bringing it up and over, trying to reach for your left hip. So take your choice and variety. Take your pick, what works for you. And just find your breath. Let's undo the bind, or bring your arm, and then bring your arm under your shoulder and push up. And then we're going to do the other side. So place your left hand on your mat, your right arm comes up and tucks under, threading your needle. Placing your left hand above your head, but lowering to the mat before you do that. And then you can take your bind, or you can keep your hand above you on the mat. And just find your breath. Very good. So you can undo the twist in your bind, then bring your hand under your shoulder and push up. And then we're going to come to our seats. And then we're going to lay back down. So lay down, whichever way you need to lay down. Do a little windshield wiper with your knees. Take a stretch with your arms and legs. And find your Shavasana, your comfy pose. So find your comfortable pose as you soak in the benefits of our quick yoga session. So close your eyes as we just enjoy the moment, relaxing every muscle and finding the natural breath. You showed up today, and that's what's important. Doesn't matter if it was just for 20 minutes. It matters. You showed up. And I am proud of you, and you should be proud of you. So just take a couple more moments just for yourself. Notice maybe how you feel in this moment. Come back to that intention that you set for this practice, your reason for showing up. Slowly start to make little movements and wiggles. Reawaken. Hug knees into chest. Do a big squeeze. Appreciating yourself. Appreciating your body for what it did for you today. And the mind for deciding to do some yoga with me. Roll to one side. And slowly, you're welcome to join me in seated or stay on your side. And if you're joining me, or you can even do it on the floor, bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. I want to thank you so much for joining me in doing a little yoga. And I appreciate you accepting me with my towel on my head. And I accept you for wanting to come with me and join me with a towel on my head. I want to thank you so much, and I hope you have the best rest of your day. And I hope this brought a little smile and a little movement to your day. Namaste.